Listening here to a world of music. We're listener-sponsored, volunteer-powered, 88.1 FM, WYCE, Wyoming, Grand Rapids, a service of Grand Rapids Community Media Center. And we're live here in Listening Room with a wonderful crowd. That's right, folks, it's GRLive. Thank you for that. It's madness in here. It's a little scary is what it is. Thanks so much for joining us. We are live here in Listening Room in downtown Grand Rapids for GRLive. This is our show we do every Thursday from 12 to 1 p.m. Live music. I'm not kidding. I'll say it again, live music. I know you've missed it, so you can take part in it right here at Listening Room, Thursdays from 12 to 1 p.m. Of course, streaming at wyce.org. You hit that little listen now button up in the corner. And of course, on your community radio station here in West Michigan, it's 88.1 FM. We're going to have some fun today. Wonderful returning guests that we always enjoy having here performing for us. Tonight here at Listening Room, we feature River City Improv. So we here at Listening Room, of course, do live music, comedy, a little bit of everything. Our friends at River City Improv, we're doing a once-a-month residency sort of show here back before the shutdown, and they return tonight for the first time. So you can find information online at listeningroomgr.com. Tickets are still available. Limited capacity seating that we're doing here tonight. So find information online, listeningroomgr.com. You can come join us for River City Improv tonight. Sandra, how the heck are you over there?
Pretty good.
Yeah? You ready to play some music?
Yeah, always.
Me too. I'm glad you're here. Folks, please join me in welcoming Sandra Effert right here on 88.1 FM.
Thank you, guys. I want to see the guilt in your eyes. Shame seep through your pores. And to question your reality. Every time you look at me, hope your heart beats faster. When you think of what you've done, I want you to dread the sun, to shed light on your dirty soul. You say bounces off of me and I'm cold as ice. I'll be okay, I always am, but I wanted to eat at you until your dying day. But I gotta give it to ya. You got a hell of a way with words. Still got me to look into those deceitful eyes that would only meet mine. When tomorrow was forgotten and the sun had resigned. Thanks.
That's live music, folks, right here on 88.1 FM WICU. That's Sandra Effert. I know our listeners know her music well, and it's just a pleasure to have you. I missed you.
I missed you too.
It's so great to have you back. I was just sitting over there listening and watching, and your presence and your confidence and your voice and your playing is just grown so much. It just sounds great.
Thank
nice work,
you.
really.
I really appreciate that.
I feel like I just can say that because I've worked with you a lot over the years. We've done the radio show several times, and whether it's a grand piano, a keyboard, or whatever's available, you just grab it and get up there and play. And
I remember my first time at GRLive, and I was like frozen,
like in the corner. So that was great. Was that a newer song that you're working on, or finished?
It's not recorded like for Spotify yet, but it's on YouTube, which is where I've been putting most of my new stuff. And I think it's a year old now, but in these times, that's new.
Sure. Yeah. Right. Is that how, obviously, I've talked to a lot of musicians since we've started the show back about how spending quarantine, did you end up doing a lot of writing throughout? Okay, and then now kind of getting out and performing some of that stuff that you were at home writing?
Yeah, I stepped back a little bit from performing and mostly focusing on writing, continuing to write what I did in quarantine times. And I'm only taking shows that I really am excited about, so that's cool.
Yeah. Do you find that after that time of writing the music and kind of figuring out in your head and just home alone playing it, when you get out and play it in public, are you finding things that you're like, I might switch that around? It's sounding different now that I'm around a group of people.
Always. I feel like my song is never done until I've performed it like 4 times because something always changes. It's like when you're at home in front of your piano and it surrounds you, it's a whole different vibe than in front of other people.
Isn't that so weird? It's so cool how that works. It's like the other people take part in the writing of the music. You just need eyes and ears, and you hear something. It makes you hear something different. You're like, I think I'm going to switch. I could just tell something about that bridge. Yeah. It felt funky.
Yeah, and then when it also solidifies parts that you like weren't sure about, but like when you play it and it hits and you can just tell, and then you're like, okay, that's the one. I wasn't sure, but now I am.
Love it. And the music, you said, your YouTube channel, is that kind of the best way for folks to kind of see some of the stuff you're working on? Do you update that a lot? Is it website? How can our listeners kind of keep up with all your music?
So lately I've been doing little snippets of covers on Instagram, and then I have my mailing list, which is the main thing. Like I upload a video every month to YouTube, and then in the mailing list I have behind the scenes of how I picked that cover or how I wrote that song and things like that. And then my website and Facebook is where events are. But the mailing list and Instagram are the main things right now.
Joined here with Sandra Effert, performing for us live on WIC Radio here at Listening Room. You can join us. We're here for the next hour. We're here every Thursday for GRLive with live music. And take it away. It's Sandra Effert right here on 88.1 FM.
Do your eyes and does your mind see all of the same patterns as me? Or do you shape things differently? And can I take some time out of your day to maybe talk about the way that you sit and contemplate? Oh, it well may be that you see me, a warped reflection of the places you have been. A mere clone of all I've known. How can I tell if anything's my own? Of your time, or do you pay it no mind and take just what the day will bring? And what drains you of your energy, time alone or in company? And does that change as time passes you by? It well may be that Thanks. That ending changes every time, but I kind of like the just like, oh, now it's over. Okay, so that one was one of the newer ones, and this one is one of the old ones. It's the first one off of my EP that came out in 2019, but it's 10 years old and it still rings true. It's just, I don't know, fits. So it's driving you crazy. Today I'm strutting my stuff, and I'm wearing that dress that shows the legs that you love so much. Yeah, you can look, but you can't touch. And as I walk by you, I can feel you stare. I hear you sorry, but I don't care. You said she drove you crazy, and you just couldn't resist. So now let me ask you, am I driving you crazy? 'Cause I'm trying so hard, baby. And I want you to know this is the end of your show. You'll never touch me again. And I'm feeling so great since I got rid of you. I'm not trying to hide it, although you try to fight it. You said she drove you crazy, and you just couldn't resist. So now let me ask you, am I driving you crazy? 'Cause I'm trying so hard, baby. And I want you to know this is the end of your show. You'll never touch me again. And I should have known that I could never make you happy. And I should have known that you could never be happy with what you've got. You know you're driving me crazy. And as I walk by you, I can feel you stare. And you say you're sorry, sorry, you're sorry. I just don't care. Am I driving you crazy? 'Cause I'm trying so hard, baby. And I want you to know this is the end of your show. You'll never touch me again. If I'm driving you crazy, then my work here is done. And I want you to know you'll never touch me again. Thanks. Thank you, guys.
Those button endings get me when I'm across the room. Sandra,
Sorry.
I was just trying to get a beer. I mean, that's live
When it's
music
noon,
right
maybe
there.
I'm helping you out.
You were covering. I saw you see I was a little bit away, and you're like, I'm going to jump on and talk a little bit. We're like radio hosts here.
Yeah, I know.
Sandra Effert joins us here for GRLive on 88.1 FM. We're live here in Listening Room. I just had a text asking if saying the Steinway sounds good. I'm like, trick of the radio. You know, the Steinway does sound amazing. It sounds really good. Yeah.
Thanks, Steve, for making the Privia sound like a Steinway.
It's got to be the mics. Definitely the mics. Sandra, remind our listening audience as well on any upcoming performances or how best to. I can't say enough. I'm just loving the sound of the new music and your voice and playing. And I know folks will want to keep up, whether it's seeing you live or anything you're posting online or anything. So please share that. Yeah.
Yeah, next week I have a show I'm really excited about in Grand Haven. It's called Free Friday Nights, and I'm opening for the Contenders. And it's in Lynn Sherwood. I want to say amphitheater, but I don't think so. It's outside.
Yeah, it's outside.
And it's in Grand Haven. It's a free show. It's 6:15 p.m. It's family friendly, so it's like on the lawn. Yeah, and all the info for that is on my website. And then in September 13, I'm playing with Nathan Walton at GRLive Brewing, which is like a Monday night, like just drink your troubles away kind of thing.
I can handle that. With the music, you talked about writing over the past year or so and kind of testing some of it out, but not recorded yet. What do you think kind of for plans? Are you planning on an album, or do you sometimes just record a couple songs at a time just to get out there? Or are you just kind of playing it like, you know what, whatever happens, happens. We'll see when I record again kind of thing?
A little bit of that. I do my YouTube things more as like not necessarily just how I do it here. I like to like add harmonies and maybe if I hear a piano part. So that's kind of like step one of trying that out. And then sometimes when I've listened to it a bunch of times, I have new ideas for new parts. And then I'll be like, I really wanted to work with this person.
Sure.
I'm gonna have them do cello on this. And I'm not putting a timeline on it for me anymore because it's, I like the process of just letting it come. So I totally get that. It's why I feel like I always want to talk to artists about recordings and releasing music, but I never want it to sound. I always get annoyed when I hear interviews with people saying like, "That song's great. When are you going to record it?" Yeah. And you're just like, I don't know. Shut up. I will when I get a chance. Like, my God, I just wrote the thing. Calm down. Yeah,
you know?
But I mean, there is definitely like the career musician. Like,
right.
I know lots of people who are thinking like, I got to come out with something every year, and I think that's hella respect. And like, I know people who need to put a timeline on themselves so that they actually, and then the creativity flows for them. But for me, it just doesn't work like that.
No, that's I get it. I always enjoy too when you like do an album release tour and you do interviews and the interviewer asks, "When's the next album coming out?"
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, this one only took me 37 years to pour my heart out. But yeah, where's
that's
the next
joke.
hit?
Like you spend I don't know months on an album and people don't even listen to the whole thing.
Yeah,
they listen to like 30 seconds of the song.
You gotta love it, folks. It's Sandra Effert. Always enjoy when she stops by to perform for us here again, live from the listening room stage, and we'd love to hear one more.
Yeah, thanks. This is the one that just was my July song. It was an original. Second time playing live. It's called My Time. Oldest story in the book, but I thought that I could look higher. Tried to go where they stand, but I never felt grand. Just tired. If I want something else, then I can't wait for stars to align. Gotta turn the clocks, make it my time. Sun won't shine, then I'll just start a fire. All my prayers won't go unheard. I've been given all that I've learned. If the heavens won't show up, I'll make my own love. Hold tight to my talisman to remind me where I've been prior. Waiting, wishing, hoping for a rescue rider. No, but I can't wait for stars to align. Gotta turn the clocks, make it my time. If the sun won't shine, then I'll just start a fire. All my prayers won't go unheard. I've been given all that I've learned. If the heavens won't show up, I'll make my own luck. Pennies on the ground and in wishing wells. Oh, I found my share of four-leaf clovers. They brought me no closer to finding and designing a life that I'd be proud to call mine. No chance I'm gonna wait for Thanks for having me.
It's wonderful. Thanks so much for being here. That's Sandra Effert, live here on 88.1 FM. It's WYCE Radio. Got it tuned here to 88.1 FM. It's WYCE, live from Listening Room. Again, this is GRLive. If you're just joining us on the airwaves or coming into Listening Room here, it's a show we do every Thursday from 12 to 1 p.m. live from the Listening Room stage. Local musicians, artists, we have a lot of theater groups, a little bit of everything. We have great things happening in our community here, and we thought it'd be fun to do a show on a stage in front of some people, but also, of course, on the airwaves at 88.1 FM. Thanks to your support for keeping the station going, and you can also, of course, stream on WYCE.org. I mentioned before that we were happy to have River City Improv come back to Listening Room finally after a long time of hanging out at home. Their improv is ready to rock, and that takes place tonight here on our stage. Shows at 8 p.m., and you can find information and tickets on listingroomgr.com. Great to have a show on our stage indoors here in Listening Room. Now we have a lot of great outdoor programming as well. We've had our listening lawn and sunset cinema all summer. Please join us down here. We're having a blast, but I'm also excited. So we've got all this space here at Studio Park, right? We've got this outdoor piazza, and we're like, let's do movies out there and everything. We got a listening room. We got a dumpster in the back where we take our trash and everything. Then folks from DGRI come by, and they're like, dude, you got a parking garage, right? And we're like, yeah. And DGRI is like, what if we throw a silent disco party on the top of the garage? And we're like, dude, let's do it. So Megan is here to join me right now because this is happening this weekend, right, Megan?
Yes, it is. This Saturday from 8 to 11 p.m. on the top of your very own parking garage.
Top of the garage. So tell me a little bit about how this works. Literally tell me, because I have to work and I don't know. No, but for those that want to come along, of course, silent disco, you get the headphones and everything. So it's not even, it's really actually kind of funny if you're not a part of it. You look, there's always people dancing and weird and you're wearing headphones and it's silent. Anyway, for those that do want to join, how do you join? Do you just show up here at Studio Park this Saturday?
Yeah, you show up here at Studio Park, you go up to the 5th floor where you can enter the top floor of the parking garage, and you'll be able to grab some headphones where you can switch in between 2 different channels and hear 2 different DJs.
Is this a event that is 21 and up? How does that work?
It is 18 plus, and you have to obviously be 21 to drink to get into the event.
So there's some adult beverages available, huh?
Yes, there is.
Gotcha. And is there anything specifically you want for our listeners that are excited about, coming to this? Do you just show up? Is there anything prepared you can bring, not bring? How do you get into the place? Anything we want to kind of get out there for those that are coming to join us?
I think the biggest highlight is I'm very excited for this lineup. There's a lot of different types of music within the lineup. There's some up-and-coming electronic music artists like Eroy and Carpow, but there's also some Latin music DJs. We've got some hip-hop DJs, so there's really something for anybody that shows up and wants to listen to some music. And then we'll also obviously have some beverages. We'll have some LED performers, LED furniture. There's going to be giant beer pong and yard games. There's going to be a ton of stuff there.
Yeah, that's great that you mentioned the artists performing. How did you find, are they local? Are they Michigan, Grand Rapids? How did you find the folks that will be performing?
They are all local artists.
You're kidding me. So this takes place Saturday here at Studio Park on the parking garage. It's silent disco, come on top of the parking garage. I meant to ask you, do you guys have a drone?
We
to
do.
Get some footage? Are you going to get some footage of that?
Oh, heck yes, we are.
I was like,
you bet.
It's just going to look cool. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, it's going to be super
Takes place Saturday here at Studio Park. It's on top of the parking garage. You just come down, hang out, silent disco, great music. Always appreciate our friends Downtown Grand Rapids, Inc. for putting this wonderful program together here downtown. Megan, always great to see you.
Great to see you. And don't forget, it's free, so you can just pop on by, even if you're downtown.
Saturday night, silent disco right here at Studio Park.
Thank you. We're pros. Thank you.
Our listening audience is familiar that often on WYCE Radio we discuss wonderful nonprofits, and that's in our community. That's something that we really care about with this organization. Please, if you want to reach out to the Grand Rapids Community Media Center, any nonprofit or community work that you're doing, we will discuss that on the radio. We can run underwriting throughout the day to share in our community what your organization is doing. And I'm sure our listeners are familiar with the Diatribe, a wonderful group group that uses performing arts to empower young people, sharing stories, poetry, social issues, working with the schools and all over the community. And I'm lucky to be joined by Kid Kane here with the Diatribe. Kid, how are you?
I'm doing really well. Peace and love. How are you?
I don't think I've seen you in like over a year, probably, right?
Yeah,
So-
we've been in pandemic.
I know. Just, wait, what? Tell me more about this. And the wonderful work you do, and I always like to do this with different organizations we have. We all hope and figure folks know about the Diatribe, but let's say someone's driving through Grand Rapids right now, knows nothing about our community. Can you give me a quick, what is the Diatribe and the work that you all do in our community here?
Absolutely. The Diatribe is an arts and culture nonprofit, and we are working in our community with youth and just like our peers to elevate the voices, bring change through the art of poetry and self-expression.
And you have often different events that you do to kind of showcase the artists that you're working with, and one coming up, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. As the Poet Laureate of Grand Rapids, I was able to create a summer program as a part of the 49507 project. And in that program, I have about 15 or so students that have been working to get closer to themselves through the art of self-expression, poetry, and spoken word. And so this coming Tuesday, August 24th from 6 to 8 at Martin Luther King Park, we will be having the Diatribe Summer Poetry Pop-Up Show.
And not only can you enjoy that show, but you've brought one of your performer with you today. Tell us who we're lucky to have to perform on the radio with us today.
Absolutely. We have so many talented students, and we've been kind of distributing the opportunities. So I'm happy to have Hudson here, who has been in my program for the last 8 weeks, and will also be a performer at the Poetry Pop-Up Show coming up this Tuesday at MLK. We've been working to honor the expression of ourselves, of our bodies, being mindful, getting comfortable with showing up in the rooms as ourselves. And so I'm super, super excited to introduce you to Hudson. Thank you.
Hello, this is my first time performing poetry in this large of a group, and I wrote these during my time in the summer program for Diatribe. I want someone to notice me the way I can't stop noticing you. I don't think about you often, you're just never not on my mind. I contemplate space more often than time. I often think about how clouds look like paintings, intricate off-white details, the smallest brush used and the most stunning blue ink. The sky is a work of art. You are a work of art. I stare at you like a painter stares at their own work. I notice every imperfection that adds to the beauty of the piece. I hope if I am displayed on the wall of a gallery that you are right there next to me. I hope someone walks by and notices all of our imperfect similarities. I hope when they remember you, they also recall seeing me. I hope you think about me as often as I think of you. I hope you think about me the same beautiful way I think about you. Thank you. This next poem I wrote because occasionally I wonder who I am to others. I wish I had the ability to perceive myself from an outside perspective. If I saw me, what would I think? Would I blink or stare? Does everybody know a different version of me? How many me's are out there living in people's minds? Is my brain deceitful? Who am I? Do I know me? I know everything there is to know about myself, but I don't know if I know myself. I stare at my reflection in the mirror. I'm not sure who is looking back at me. I mirror others so they might like me more. I blink when my eyes are sore. If I was someone else and I met me, would I notice that my other self's me, my eyes were hurting? I don't know who I am. I don't know if I'm my own self. Who am I? Am I someone would see on the side of the street when walking by? Would that someone bother to stare at me, or would they just blink? Thank you.
That was wonderful. That's right here, Diatribe on the listening room stage. Kid, one more time, can you remind our listeners of who was just performing, and then as well as the event that's coming up?
Absolutely. That was one of my incredible students, Hudson. We will be having the Diatribe Summer Poetry Pop-Up Show at MLK Park, at Martin Luther King Park on Fuller in Grand Rapids next Tuesday from 6 to 8. Bring your blankets, bring some snacks, bring your family. We are there to be intentional and honor the expression of these young people that have been working very hard to get closer to themselves. So I hope to see you there.
Hudson, that was incredible. Thank you so much for joining us today. I know all the artists in the room know it's not easy to get up And I would venture to say if you have an instrument, at least you can kind of rely on playing or something just to speak from your heart and what you've written. That was incredible. So thank you for sharing that with us today. That's Hudson. It's Diatribe, folks. Well, we're always glad when the next artist returns to the stage here for GRLive, a reoccurring artist that's joined me several times, so we appreciate it. And I will introduce right now on WYC 88.1 FM, Marsfade.
Thank you so much, Quinn. Thanks for having me.
I'm tired of changing, so I think I'll stick around. Give myself untangled, sort these feelings out, and it's so convincing. When I start to laugh, can't tell I'm sinking into my own mouth. I can't escape it. You are the one. Heavenly, heavenly, I don't believe it. I'm tired of faking, so I guess I'll wear a frown. Let the tears fall freely until you're in my arms. I want to thank you for helping me slow down. And if I'm not mistaken, I'll make your world go round. I can't escape it. You are the one. Heavenly, heavenly, I don't believe it. You've had this before. I know. It's happened before. It's happened
It's the music of Marsfade right here on 88.1 FM WYCE, performing for us live here on the listening room stage in downtown Grand Rapids. Marsfade, or Marley, for those that know her. How the heck are you over there?
I'm doing good. I'm
It's
happy
great
to
to
be
see
here.
you.
That poem really touched me.
That was amazing.
Hudson, that was awesome.
So hadn't seen you in a while. So first thing, good to see you, and thanks for joining us here. So I was thinking as I was watching you, we worked together on the radio show years ago when you started some projects, and then I remember you hit the road for a while. This is pre-pandemic. Got a taste of the touring world and some music kind of reaching globally, I guess, all over the place. Talk to me, and not in a, I hope this doesn't sound like a depressing way, but, you know, after that, and then, of course, we've all been kind of locked indoors for a while. Tell me kind of the next steps for Marsfade. This is even like a new name that you're going by. Is there sort of a new concept of coming back out of it with your music?
Yeah, it was rough to like go from touring and like experiencing that like dream to like being stuck at home. But I think overall it was good for me. I think I needed a break. I think I was pushing myself too hard, and that gave me a chance to like really reorientate like what I want to be doing with music and why I'm even doing it. And I think that was really helpful, and that's going to give me more energy to move forward in this like industry. And it felt like a good time to kind of like restructure and rebrand and put some new stuff out.
When you were touring, you were hitting a lot of cities. I remember I was following you on social media, kind of all over the place. Were you just literally just you in a car, like just by yourself? Did you have anyone with you, or is it just like Marley hits the road?
I've done it both ways.
Yeah.
I did one tour where it was just me and my dog, and that was interesting. But I also did a couple where I would bring a band with me. It just depends.
Yeah.
I like to change it up. I don't want it to be the same show every time people come to see me.
Sure.
So it's been fun to experiment with having people perform with me, and then sometimes to just be performing on my own. But it's definitely more fun to tour with other people than just myself.
Did you talk to the dog a lot, though,
Oh,
at least?
yeah. Yeah. He kept me sane.
Sometimes it can help to have a dog, maybe better than a person to talk to in the car.
Yeah, he's a great supporter.
Like, he never really talks back. It's just kind of, I get to get my feelings out. This is the music of Marsfade that's performing for us here from Listening Room in downtown Grand Rapids. Take it away. This is 88.1 FM WYCE.
Trying to see through my eyes. I said I'm the one. Hold me down, throw me around.
That's the music of Marsfade right here on 88.1 FM WYCE, performing for us right here on the listening room stage in downtown Grand Rapids. Marley, we talked a little bit before you started here. I want to talk to you about this next song that you're about to perform, but on top of that, maybe a little self-promotion of where to find this music and sort of next steps. Are you going to be performing live here again soon? Just let them all have it. You know, brag. You're required.
That's hard for me to do.
I know it is.
You can find my music on Spotify or YouTube or Bandcamp under Marsfade. And I'm playing this Saturday at the Pyramid Scheme with Leland Blue and the Skinny Limbs. That'll be my first full performance after the pandemic. So I'm really excited. I miss performing so much, and I know I'm gonna give it everything and just have a lot of fun. So it'd be great to see people there. And this next song that I'm gonna play actually just came out yesterday. So I'm really excited. For people to be able to listen to that now, whenever they want, wherever they want.
Take it away. It's Marsfade, 88.1 FM.
Thank you so much.
Brand new music right there from Marsfade performing for us here on 88.1 FM WYCE. And Marsfade takes the stage Saturday. You said Saturday night at Pyramid Scheme, correct?
Yeah, 7 p.m.
right
All
here.
ages.
All ages. Pyramid Scheme show. Glad our friends at the Pyramid Scheme getting back going as well. So you can catch Marsfade there Saturday night. Any departing words? Did we miss anything?
Thank you so much for having me, Quinn.
Well, thank you for being here. It's always great working with you. And you brought your fan club. My peeps over here. Always good to see you. Always enjoy having you on. Sandra, great to see you. Thank you so much. Well, I'm sure I'll be seeing you again soon for sure. Wonderful show. Diatribe. Come on, another round of applause for that. That was incredible. I love it. I love what we're doing here. I appreciate it and appreciate everyone. Steve Leaf, thank you so much for the audio. Killing it.
Yes,
Chris
Steve.
Kotcher,
Yes.
Community Media Center. I feel like this is like the end of the Oscars where I'm like, that's what it's so. Anyway, Shane German, thank you for booking everything. And I'll tell you what, keep it tuned right here because Shane German takes over the airwaves right now. Gets you through the afternoon on WYCE.